ambassadors of Mary Kay's Dream. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to celebrate our debuting independent National Sales Director Emeritus, Thea Elvin.
All you can change is yourself, but sometimes that changes everything.
Oh, to describe my mom is a challenge because she's so unique. I would say inspiring, impactful, kind.
She could gather a crowd. She was fun, funny. I mean, she can light up a room and get everybody laughing in 10 seconds.
And she's beautiful on the outside, but truly, she is more beautiful on the inside.
She brought out the heart of people because she let her heart talk to their heart. She's just electric.
Mary Kay was very, very fortunate to have her serving as an independent national sales director.
Every single day, I'm so grateful that dreaming is free, and that I can dream in Mary Kay, and that there's no dream too big. You can't outdream this marketing plan. It's just been a blessing to be able to dream and tie it to a work ethic and a goal, and then live it out through this Mary Kay opportunity.
Thea and I go back almost 50 years. Yes, I married her brother 46 years ago, and then the dating process, and so we didn't just do Mary Kay, we did life.
Before my Mary Kay business, I was a college dropout who wanted to be a famous actress, who ended up waiting on tables. I was in Mary Kay, 1 foot in and 1 foot out. One night I was waitressing. This very rich woman, I call her Satan in a dress, came into the restaurant where I was working, and she had bodyguards, and she sat in my station, and after a series of events, when I served her meal, she took a piece of celery that was this big and whipped it out of her shrimp salad and flicked me in the face with it several times with water, all over my face from my eyelashes. And my whole life is flashing before my face. I'm thinking, what in the world am I doing with my life? Carol had been talking to me about doing Mary Kay forever, and I turned to my boss and I said 2 weeks, and I gave my 2-week notice, and 9 months later, from being a non-committed, 1 foot in, 1 foot out consultant in Mary Kay, 9 months later, I was a Cadillac director because I made a decision, because somebody ticked me off enough to wake me up. That's how thick-headed I was.
I remember actually being at a leadership conference, and Thea was the speaker, and I heard her story, and I just sat there and I thought to myself, she is hilarious. The salary, where she had that woman came at her with salary, like, I hope to get to know her someday. I hope we can become friends someday. I think it was like a divine appointment that the two of us would become friends.
My mother-in-law jokes and my mom jokes that, they got their daughter-in-law and son-in-law in their starter kit. We met because our parents were best friends. This is what came in our mom's starter kits.
When Jonathan and Georgie got married, Lisa and I, of course, became family. Lisa and Dan and I became family.
I think obviously one of the big connections that they had right away in their first conversations were the fact that they both were raised in Mary Kay homes. This is my daughter, Georgie.
Growing up with a mom in Mary Kay is a blessing. I grew up, makes me emotional. She was always there. Why am I emotional? She was always there for me, and it was really special. But on the flip side, I also was blessed with the ability to watch her work hard and set goals and try to achieve those goals. And that has played a huge part in who I am today. And I'm super driven and motivated. And that's all because I got to watch my mom shoot for the stars. And it was a beautiful balance of what I try to emulate today. And it's because of the Mary Kay opportunity I was blessed with the ability to see that.
I want to thank my big fat Greek family.
I'd love for people to realize about my family. It's very, very special, very unique. We're all really, really close. If you've ever seen the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding, I was walking out of that movie, and this gentleman was walking next to me with his wife. He was probably in his 80s or 90s, and he's shuffling along, and he turned to his wife and said, well, I think that was a little far-fetched. And I turned to him and I said, no, that is my life. That is my world. Very supportive, always there for each other. I think at the last count, there were 17 women in my family that had been in Mary Kay.
I mean, you'd drive up and there'd be 5 pink Cadillacs because we had a whole family affair going. A dream come true for me was the day that she stepped into her national sales director suit. And golly, I remember from day one, as she was a consultant signing her agreement saying, you're going to be a national sales director someday. It was a moment in time for me. It was a moment in time.
It's one of my favorite things to do is to watch her speak in front of a huge audience.
She could draw home a point so clearly. And today when I listen to her, she's still, I mean, you don't even know that she slaps you upside the head sometimes going, and you're just like, whoa, that was so good. Because she colors it with fun and humor, and it's very a faith-filled message at the same time.
She will collaborate with me and give me thoughts, and honestly, every single time I'm teaching, and if I say one line that Thea suggested to say, you can see the whole audience just kind of goes, oh, and just writes it down. I mean, I tease her about it all the time, and it happens all the time. Her words are so powerful in so many ways.
You know, there's a special picture of T earning the keys to her Cadillac and being handed the keys directly from Mary Kay. And you see Thea looking into Mary Kay's eyes.
I know it's a timeless picture of how Mary Kay loved the sales force and how the sales force loved Mary Kay.
If I had the chance to tell Mary Kay anything, I would just let her know that she's not only changed my life, she has changed my life and the trajectory of my family's life. One of my very favorite Mary Kay memories is when we went to Interlaken, Switzerland. My husband and I walked into this place and we're trying to act like it's normal. It's on a top director trip. It was not normal for us at that point yet. My husband was standing by the window, and through the window were the Alps, the Swiss Alps behind the hotel. And he turned to me with tears in his eyes and said, thank you. Thank you for never giving up. Thank you for our life. And that's a memory that I will have the rest of my life as though it happened yesterday. And it was just a really tender, beautiful moment to know that you're not just changing your own life, but your family's life. I have really believed that we can get everything in life we want if we just help enough people get what they want.
Growing up, my mom used to say if my goals didn't make people laugh, they weren't big enough. And I set pretty big goals for myself.
Mary Kay is a way of life. It's not something you come home at the end of the day from. You wake up with it, you go to bed with it.
So T, this is your day, this is your time. I know when we look back, it's almost hard to capture it all, isn't it? I mean, where in the world did 42 years go? I know many times you say, I just stood on the shoulders of giants, but you know what? You are the giant. And I'm so proud of you for what you accomplished. I'm so proud for you of who you've become.
And it was because of Carol paving the way for me that I believed that I could do it. And I thank you, Carol. I thank you for your love, for your friendship, for your sisterhood. You were fun to follow. And I love our family because we'll always be in each other's lives.
Thank you for never compromising, for having huge, audacious goals, for leading by example and never letting me settle for anything other than the best, and living that example so that I could grow up and do the same for my children.
I know, Thea, that you will continue to enrich countless lives. May God bless you. I love you, T.
I'd like to tell the women of my national area, I want you to know that although I will not be in the day-to-day with you, I'm just a phone call away, and that I cherish you as friends, and that I am mostly so incredibly proud of you. And just know that I will be watching with great pride as you perpetuate the legacy of the Elvin national area. I just love you. I love you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations, Thea.